So if the moon is made of cheese, does that mean I rule it? Hello gamers, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host Connor Monroe, and we got more spook coming your way. It's not even October yet, come on. Nonetheless, we're diving into the world of Nintendo once more, going back to the first video of mine on the channel, with today's list of the top 10 Mario creepypastas you've never heard. Roll the intro on in here. Number 10, Super Mario vs. Sonic. This one starts off with an anonymous user who had just finished playing Mario vs. Sonic at the Olympic Games, and decided to switch to some classic Mario. As normal, they started playing the world 1-1, and made it about halfway through before pausing to get a drink. When he comes back, Tails comes flying down and cuts off Mario's head. The music gets slower and lower pitched as he gets the game over screen. He reloads and tried again. He makes it all the way to the end, where Knuckles emerges from the castle and proceeds to pound Mario to a pulp. The screen flashes red with text that reads, "Sonic is the infernal demon of hell and will dominate the world. He will kill Mario." After hours of trying to beat the Sonic Scourge, the author makes it to World 8-4, where they're due to fight Bowser. But instead of Bowser, it's Sonic. The author manages to dodge some hits, but Sonic is too fast and blasts Mario's body away from his head, pulverizing it. The game gives the author a game over screen depicting Mario's head on a spike and Sonic laughing behind it. Number 9, Super Mario Galaxy. The user Creepo from creepypasta.org has always been a big Nintendo fan. They had every console and never used an emulator and would always buy the real game. About a year before writing, the author really wanted to play Super Mario Galaxy, but couldn't find his copy. So they started going to a local GameStop to get a new one. As they were walking, however, they see a shine in the trash can. They look inside and it's a copy of Super Mario Galaxy. Oh my god, they didn't find it at a garage sale. What? The author grabs the cartridge and goes home and proceeds to put it in. However, they notice a tab at the bottom. They pull it and inside of the cartridge was a disc. They put it into their Wii and the game starts off laggy. The game freezes and crashes, and then an error code pops up saying insert the disc into a PC. The author does so and starts getting weird messages like, "How did you find this? This was only for one person and this disc is just a test." There were somehow files in it with a text document that said "I'm spying on you" and an audio file saying "dispose of me." Someone knocked on the door. The author didn't move. They knocked again, harder, still nothing. This time they knocked the door in. They were wearing a mask. The author ran to hide, being very noisy as they did so. The intruder came around looking, but the author had a spurt of courage and punched him in the back of the head. But their skin was made of what felt like metal. A Rosalina popped up on the TV screaming, and the intruder's head turned 180 degrees. The next thing they knew, the author was just in a deep sleep. Was he dead? I don't know. Number 8, Mario says the F word. One night, Ed Boys from Game FAQs was playing Mario 64, playing through the game and currently traveling through the Dire Docks, going through his usual business. When all of a sudden, Mario sharply turns his head 40 degrees and looks at the screen. With a creepy smile on his face, he says, in a typical Mario voice, "Shh, ah, f***." Just as the author's mother comes into the room, she shouts asking if the author is swearing. The author obviously responds with, "It was Mario, not me." Then the author's mother decided to grab him by the ear, throw him onto the ground, and then proceeded to jump on the author's face. As the author puts it, she did the ground pound. She swung the author around by the hair and shouted, "So long, Bowser." Ah, is right. What the actual hell is going on? Goddamn. What is this? Number 7, Maluigi. When Caserin Star from itsjerryandharry.com wanted to test out a complex level he made in Mario Maker, he found an odd power-up, a mushroom that was tall and thin with a round base. He picked it up and the character of Mario warped into something unsettling. He was tall and thin with long legs like Waluigi. He also moved as if he was sneaking around with a hunched back and arms in front of him. This. At one point the camera stopped following Mario and he just walked off screen. When he did, the level restarted, but Mario wasn't there anymore. It was just the level. He didn't know what to do, so he turned off the game and went to sleep, chalking it up to a glitch. However, when a high-pitched creak woke him up in the morning, he looked at his window and a tall figure was climbing in. When he noticed, the figure hurried back outside, and when the author looked down, he was creeping away, hunched back and arms in front. This. When he loaded the game in the morning, Mario was back, and he never saw that weird mushroom again. It's a me, Creepio! Number 6, Super Mario Odyssey. User Lamborghini Bottle on Reddit claims this to be a true story, but is it? He and his brother had decided to play Mario Odyssey together, so they ran to their GameStop. They rummaged through the played games and picked the first one they saw, giving the cashier the money and sprinting back home. The cover seemed normal, except for the extra D in the title, but they misprint things all the time. They put in the game and when it loaded, the icon was strange too. The title was misspelt and Mario's eyes were yellow, his teeth were red, and he was holding a knife towards Luigi. They played the game because they think they're rebels, and soon regretted their decision. When they loaded, the game background had changed to pictures of their family. They tried to turn off the TV, but it didn't work, the switch wouldn't turn off, and the cartridge wouldn't come out. They had no other option but to load a save that had 666 moons. The background changed again to Mario killing Luigi, and then the save loaded. The instant it did, Mario began to move. The Mario falls through the ground and lands on a toad, killing it. Mario threw Cappy at the camera, and it came out of the screen. The cat managed to grab the author's brother and pull him into the game. Mario's eyes went red, his teeth went yellow, and his mustache started growing. Mario opened his mouth and said, "See you in hell." God, that's a bad accent. Number 5, The Man in the Clouds. While the user SpadeClub22 was playing New Super Mario Bros. 2 on his 3DS, he noticed he felt like he was being watched. While in Snowfield Tanuki, he now knows why he got such a feeling. He posted this image online with his post, and if you look between the trees and the clouds, there appears to be a face of a man. The whole level had this man, and when he finished the level, the clouds left. When he woke up the next day and went to work, while waiting for a bus on the way home, he saw something he wished he hadn't. The face from the snowfield. That is one creepy face. Clouds, man. They're weird. Number 4, Smokin' Toad. The Mushroom Kingdom is a messed up place. This anonymous Reddit user was looking into how things in the Mushroom Kingdom worked when he noticed that toads go missing quite a lot. The times they go missing also seem to pair with when Mario comes to town. Not because the toads are cursed or turned into brick blocks, but because toads are a drug. The author was playing Super Mario 3D World on the 3DS when he noticed Mario's eyes particularly red. They were bloodshot and almost looked like they were throbbing. When the level was complete, it was gone, and when he returned to the main hub, he went to the washroom. When the author came back, Mario's eyes were red again, and the worst thing was about to come. A toad came running in the background with part of its head missing, grabbing at it and crying as it ran. Mario looked at the toad, then looked at the camera, and just smiled. Number 3, Otherworldly. Mario does not like to be played in other games that aren't Mario. The practicality of using homemade assets to create a Mario-like atmosphere in a game like Roblox is, in Mario's mind, a sin. Reddit user 2for1dolls claims that he had just finished creating a Mario-like world in Roblox, where you had different worlds and parkour challenges, and would always return to a central hub. You got the choice of player model too, one of these being Mario. When the author chose the Mario player model, they lost all control of their character. They would walk around as if inspecting, and chat messages would appear from the user, but they weren't typing. Eventually, the character model turned to look at the camera and its eyes went red. The whole level started burning, then the author's laptop caught fire, melting the keys and the screen. The whole time, he heard Mario laughing. An actual Mario laugh, not the typical Roblox "ooh." Penultimately, at number 2, Why Not Me? For a while, Sacred Fire on otherworldly.com was skeptical of any creepypastas, but after their encounter with Super Mario Bros. 2, they have a whole different outlook on them. The author loaded up Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES and played Super Mario. They chose Toad and began the game. However, Luigi did something odd. The camera zoomed in on his face and Luigi said, "Why not me?" The author thought it was a joke or something, an Easter egg after playing the game so many times, so they continued on. They jumped down the mountain, but they couldn't open the door. The TV flashed black and Luigi appeared again, saying the same thing. "Why not me?" The door opened, but after the boss battle, Luigi appeared once more and said, "Why not me?" again. After this, the author said screw that and went to bed. When they woke up, they decided to give it another chance. He played as Peach this time, and the author's roommate gave him hell for it. Luigi would pop up every time he fought a boss. And at around 3 PM, the author went to do homework. He finishes at 9 PM, and when he did, his roommate came home. He entered wearing a Luigi costume and brandishing a knife. The author called the cops, but when they got there, the roommate turned around, looked at the author, and stabbed himself. What's really haunting about this whole ordeal are his last words. Why not me? Finally, taking our number 1 spot, jealousy. There was a meme going around recently from Mario Tennis Aces. Said the user praised Luigi the Lord on Reddit. I'm sure we all know about Luigi's bulge and how things escalate when the internet grabs a hold. Well, as it turns out, Mario escalates things too. After a match between Mario and Luigi in Mario Tennis Aces, a cutscene started with Mario congratulating Luigi on his win. Then the scene cuts to night, with Luigi sleeping in his bed. Mario sneaks in and shine comes from his hand. He climbs into Luigi's bed and the camera pans up. The shadows show Mario holding a knife, and the author hears Luigi scream as Mario presses the knife into him. And what Mario pulls up is an odd shape, but what looks to be Luigi's floppy forearm maybe? Yeah. Sure. There we have it, everyone, the top 10 Mario creepypastas you've never heard, be it for better or worse. If you enjoyed this video, be sure you hit like and subscribe for more daily gamer content and ring the notification bell to join the clan. While all of that is going on, I'll read out some comments from a previous video. And if it's not going on, I only have one question. Why not me? These comments are from the top 10 mods that became their own game video, by the way. Shadow MAB11 said, "Wow, the plague. What a great way to start a video. Hey, I was saying you could get the plague, and the fact that you don't have a plague, I'm pretty sure that's a good way to start a video. You're welcome. Can I get 1 subs with ugly videos?" No, by the way. Said, "When a hot dog tastes like a piece of wood. Who you gonna call? Ghost Mustard." Are we gonna get demonetized now? I hope not. We also asked you in the comments what your favorite mod was, and the Roblox noob said, "It's hard to get mods for me. It's all the errors." Getting errors is half the fun. You gotta figure out what to do, man. Trust me, modding Skyrim is not easy, even with the Nexus. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, comment banana doodle. And oh, there's quite the story behind that word, oh my. And it's not dirty, don't worry. That's it for today. Thank you again for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.